Kenya is banking on statistics to drive socio-economic development. And one key state agency is the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. As well enumerated, it is the agency in charge of developing and managing statistics here in Kenya. So what role does it play in Kenya's socio-economic development? Joining us on Inside Government, we're talking to the Director General, Dr. MacDonald Ombutho. He's going to give us more breakdown of the role of KNBS and what is the way forward. Thank you very much indeed, Dr. for joining us on Inside Government.
Thank you so much for the chance that you've given me here to share the insight of what the Bureau of Statistics is all about. We are, as an agency, we are established under the Statistics Act Cap 112 of the laws of Kenya, and that act came into being in 2006. That's when we transitioned from the Central Bureau of Statistics to Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Now, with the revisions that have occurred, we have 10 mandates to run the affairs of the Bureau or of the government. So we are the principal agency of the government that is responsible for the collection, compilation, analysis, and dissemination of official statistics. And on top of that, we are also the body that is responsible for the coordination of supervising and coordinating the national statistical system. And when I talk of the national statistical system, I mean all the producers and suppliers of statistics are in it. So any institution that provides statistics, any person that supplies statistics, they are in that group. And the users, of course, are also in that group of the national statistical system. So beyond that, we are also given the mandate, an express mandate of conducting population and housing censuses in the country. Now, when we talk of statistics, then I go back to the Constitution, the fourth schedule, where roles are given to the national and the county governments. And so when you look at what is provided for under statistics and economy, you realize that statistics is a concurrent function. Concurrent function in the sense that it is generated at the national government should generate statistics, but the county governments are also given room to generate statistics that they're using at that level of the county. The only thing that is not given to the counties is the conduct of the population and housing census. That is primarily meant for the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. And so then with the many mandates, I've talked of there are 10 of them. Part of that is also about ensuring that we conform to standards, methods, and classifications that are at the international level, so that any statistic that is being produced, we follow we ensure that concepts are the same, standards are the same, methods that are being used are actually approved standards. So we draw our support through the international guidelines that are provided for by the UN bodies. And so in the conduct of our business, the statistics that we are producing first is to establish what the situation is at any given time. And so then that will respond to the socioeconomic indicators, and there are quite many that we have to deal with. Basically, it is touching on every sector of the economy. And as we do that, the statistics that is produced is meant for planning. It is meant for policy making. It is meant for also checking the progress made. You will design a policy, implement it, and then over time, you want to see how effective it was or how effective it is. And so by that then, over time, we'll be able to measure these indicators again to see any progress that is made. And that then will respond to the effectiveness or the ineffectiveness of a policy that is implemented to take care of certain areas of, within the sector of the economy. And so that is, beyond that, of course, is now the dissemination which we do to, which we are meant to do to all the users of statistics. And in fact, as a people, everybody in this country is meant to consume statistics in whatever ways. At the institutional level, at the individual level, we need to understand what our statistics are all about, because then that's when you'll be able to act correctly within the resources that are available.
Kenya has been using statistics, for the longest time. I mean, even pre-independence,
Sure.
The colonial masters were using statistics to drive economic as well as social development. And even after independence, we continued with the Central Bureau of Statistics. But in 2006, the act was changed to the Statistics Act, which we are still using today. How different is it today from how statistics were collected, collated, and disseminated pre-independence?
Okay, of course, before this act came into being, we were a government department, and we were a department that would be guided under the ministry very directly on a day-to-day basis. The mandate was not really expanded to the extent of giving the autonomy when it comes to data or when it comes to statistics. World over, it is a requirement that statistical organizations be independent. And that independency would mean that there's no political influence when it comes to production of statistics, because then it can also be very dangerous if statistics misinforms the people and misinforms policies. And so for that reason, it was found wise to now move CBS to KNBS. And that's what you are referring to in the year 2006. And one thing that has also happened is that it has given it more freedom to do its operation. Of course, it would start with ensuring that there's a strategic plan in place, which then would inform all the activities that are meant to be done over a period of time. But then, with currently where we now have the other level of government, the county government, it is also the Act provides for the Bureau of Statistics to support the counties when it comes to production of statistics. In fact, we have been working closely with the counties to ensure that they are capacity built and also support the production of what we call the county statistical abstract, which we started way back in 2015. And currently we have a number of counties. In fact, out of the 47 counties, 36 of them have made attempts. A number of them have produced abstracts, the county statistical abstract, which then informs the CIDPs that they are producing and consuming in terms of their development at that level. And so the Act has provided for room even to collaborate bilaterally, multilaterally, with a number of players. And this is one thing that is also building our institution in terms of capacity to the staff. We are also supporting, as I mentioned, that we coordinate the national statistical system. It means that when you go to Ministry of Health, for example, we support those who are responsible for statistical compilation in the ministry. You go to agriculture, the same. You go to, we are also now dealing with the non-state actors. We are supporting the civil society organizations, and we are working very closely with them. In fact, the body called the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data, GPSDD, supported us also to bring together a number of non-state actors where we are working together to come up with what we call the citizen-generated data. This is the kind of data that we never used to have before. Traditionally, we talk of the censuses, we talk of the surveys, then we talk of the administrative data. And administrative data is data that is an institution produces in the course of doing its work. And so statistics generated. And so that's what we are able to put together and report basically on a yearly basis, quarterly basis, and all that. So these are the new area of data of data source of the citizen-generated data is coming as a result of the strengthening of the current act to give us room to work with the non-state actors first to guide them on the standards that are required anytime you are dealing with statistical operation, and then looking at what comes out to check if they meet the standards that are required, after which then the Act says we can authenticate such kind of information or data as official once we are satisfied that the process of compiling it has met the standards, the international standards required.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
George, you see the beauty about you being the Director General of Kenya National Bureau of Statistics is the fact that you have been with this agency since 1995.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And so you've seen politicians come and go. Mm-hmm. And so one may want to find out, how does this critical agency, how has it managed to stay on for so long without political interference with the kind of work that it does?
Yeah. First, I've actually mentioned the fact that we have an act that is supporting our work, that brings about the professional independency. So the key thing here is about professional independency, where no politician would come and dictate that we want you to do this piece of work in this manner, or we desire to see this kind of result.
Does it happen with you?
No.
As the DG?
No, it has not happened.
Mm-hmm.
At least from all my operations, I do not have any single political interference when it comes to the statistics. We have never changed any statistics. Mm-hmm. We plan, undertake the activity, produce the results, and release them as they are, of course, after giving prior information to our bosses that this is the kind of report that we have, mm-hmm. which, of course, in most cases will be launched by our bosses, the PS, the CS, and at times His Excellency the President himself. Mm-hmm. And so the Act gives us that clear mandate and power to undertake all that is required. We leverage on the international requirements by the UN. We have what we call the UN fundamental principle for official statistics, which then spells out some of the key things that a statistical organization should adhere to. One of them being the professionalism when it comes to producing statistics, the element of transparency, the element of confidentiality, the element of impartiality, to make sure that everything is done in line with that. And in fact, our Act anchors fully on that. When you look at it, we have also included as an appendix the requirements of the fundamental principle of official statistics in it. Mm-hmm. And so we are guided by that. But beyond that, we have also established frameworks that are supporting the production of statistics in Kenya, so that it's not just done arbitrarily. We have what we call the KSCAF, the Kenya Statistical Quality Assurance Framework, which would spell out what is it that we need to do to produce any type of statistics. How do we check on the quality? And then when it comes to ethical requirements, then we have also developed what is called a KSCOP, the Kenya Statistical Code of Practice, that we were supported by the ONS UK, an equivalent of our office in the UK, which has been supporting us in some of the technical areas. And so we have those documents guiding us. Of course, plus the many other classification requirements that would guide the processes. So we use them to the letter. And then beyond that, we are able, through the strategic plan, we are able to plan our activities based on when that frequency is meant to be due. For every type of SASCOL operation, is it something that you are meant to do on a quarterly, on a monthly basis, like the consumer price indices? Is it something that we are meant to do on a quarterly basis, like the quarterly GDP, the balance of payment, and that kind of a thing? Is it something that we need to do on a yearly basis, like the economic survey, the SASCOL abstract at the national level? Is this something that we are meant to do after every 5 years, like the Kenya Integrated Household Budget Survey, like the Demographic and Health Survey? Is this something that we are meant to do on a 10-year basis, like the census, which Kenya, in fact, I think, I don't know which other country in Africa has managed this, but Kenya has managed to undertake its population and housing census every 10 years without a miss from 1969. So from independence, 1969, 79, 89, 99, 2009, 2019, all of them have been done
up
on
to 2029. We are expecting the next one.
We expect that to happen. We have always done them on the date of 24th, 25th of August of the census year. Any year ending in 9, we have the census, and they have been done exactly as spelled out. So we have serious consistency at the Bureau of Statistics that we keep, of course, courtesy of the great support that we are getting from the government. When we talk of professional independence, it does not mean that we are not part of the government. We are fully supported by the Exchequer to do our work.
You've been talking about your strategic plan, and in 2023, you launched your third, was it third?
Yeah, the third.
Yeah, the third
yes,
strategic plan. Which covers the year 2023 all the way to 2027. So, and some of the challenges that you mentioned in that document was insufficient funding from the Exchequer. You've also talked about poor network infrastructure, and of course, new technology as well as capacity. So, and you're now at the tail end of this critical document. How have you managed to deal with those challenges?
First of all, when you develop a strategic plan, you put in it what you feel should be achieved within the plan period. And then you are able to cost it and actually plan for it in terms of placing at the, planning for when each activity is meant to be undertaken. Then that plan does not, whatever figures that are in the plan does not mean that you are going to get it from one source. It is your basket for bargaining and saying, look, we need to do this and we require it because of A, B, C, D. Now, once this is done, the cost is this. We plan to do it around this time. We also need to do number 2 at this cost, within this duration, and all that kind of a thing. And so if you're lucky, you'll be able to get resources to support everything. But in many times, that does not happen. And so you have to think outside the box, because then if we just say everything must be provided by the government, it becomes very difficult, because then we have competing activities within the bigger government. And so what have we done? We have looked at, because the Act also allows us to network and collaborate with other partners in the area of statistics. And so we managed to get on our side the Statistics Sweden through CEDA coming in to support us, and they're giving us technical support. So they don't give us funds; they give us the technical support in terms of capacity building. They have also given us a number of computers, a number of equipment, which then goes a long way in strengthening our position to implement the strategic plan 2023-2027. That has really happened. We have also managed to get the support from the Office of the National Statistics UK, the ONS UK. That is also another body in UK that is also that is giving us support in that line. Again, they're also giving us a lot of technical support, and through that, we are able to upscale our skills to ensure that we are up to date in terms of the compilation of statistics. Regardless of how new a concept is, we'll be able to get it on real time and train on it. So even from the resources that we have from the government, we are able, from the exchequer, we are also able to capacity build our team. You know, this is something that has to be done from time to time. Old faces will go off, new ones will come in, they will require skills. The old ones are going out with a lot of skills, but you require the new ones also to get the skills and also upscale it to another level. So all that we are able to do. So we are not just saying that we expect all the resources to come from the exchequer, but through those kind of partnership, we can get we have been able to get support. I have not mentioned one of the collaborators, which is World Bank, that is supporting us. This is the fourth year of support that we are getting from World Bank, and we have enlisted a number of activities to undertake worth about 13 billion spread over the period. Though we know at the beginning it was not easy to take off, and so we lost some almost 2 years, but now we are on it. So we expect also to achieve quite a bit with that kind of support. Yeah.
When you look at the implementation of that strategic plan, where are we? And I'm asking this question with the knowledge that globally statistical agencies are facing serious challenges because of artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, data, big data, you know, loss of trust, public trust, as well as political interference. And so when you look at what you've managed to do since 2023, and now you're talking about almost, 1 year to 2027, what ground have you managed to cover, and how do you plan to cover the remaining ground?
Oh yeah, we have managed to cover quite a lot. I would say that we are happy with what we have managed to do as a Bureau of Statistics, because key activities that we are planning to do, we have managed actually to do them, or they are ongoing. Some are ongoing, some are in plan. For example, the big one that is out there right now is the Kenya Integrated Household Budget Survey, which is running. Which you
started last year.
Yes,
in June.
In July.
In July, yeah.
Yes, and that runs for a whole year, because we are covering the seasonalities. We want to get all the seasons within the year and get to see how prices are changing, how households are consuming, the level of income to the household, and that kind of a thing. So now that is one big survey that would be able to support very many areas in the statistical production. We have also managed to develop the household master sampling frame, which then gives us 10,000 different data collection areas. We call them clusters. In a layman's language, it is they are small villages that we would go to 10,000 of them, where we'll be able to collect. Anytime we want to collect data, we design them in a way that we are able to sample some of these households and collect the data there. The science of how that is done is very big and elaborate in terms of representation, and so that's how then we are able to report very accurately the situation that touches on the whole country. Then we have managed, and that is completing a frame of that magnitude. That's the largest that we have ever had. Yeah,
the mapping of the 10,000 villages.
Yes. That's the biggest. The other one was half that. And before that, it was even much smaller. And so that's a very big achievement, because then we are able to do many surveys without repeating any household over a period of time, regardless of how many surveys we do, because it is big enough to ensure that we only deal with the components. We have 4 components in it, and we do not need more than any 2 at any given time, and most of the time we only need 1 component. That is one. Then the second, the other bit is we have just concluded working on the. We are ready with the report on on the Kenya on the schools Kenya school census, which gives a lot of information, something that has not been done in this country before. Yeah,
the school census.
The school census. You will not get it anywhere, and it is very elaborate. We are just waiting for the launch. Then we are currently.
So what does that document says about?
It gives the enrollment. It gives enrollment of pupils and students. It gives the number of schools.
And it goes back to how many years?
No, it was done in 2023.
2023.
No, sorry, 2024. It was done in 2024, and it covers. It covers. First of all, it gives the number of schools,
in Kenya.
And for each school, it has the GPS coordinate, so we are able to locate every school by the GPS.
Regardless of how remote.
No, regardless of how remote, our people went to those places, covered the schools, took the coordinates, and beyond that is about the enrollment numbers. And when we talk of enrollment numbers, it's about what the school administrator reports, and then what the register says, and the attendance on that particular day in class. We are counting all of them.
Wow.
So then it goes to the infrastructure, ownership of land, the land tenure for the school. It goes to the public or private. It goes to checking on the facilities like the washrooms and that kind of a thing in schools. The teachers, the skills they have, it has so many parameters.
It's quite an elaborate research.
Yeah, so that is just another one. But now beyond that, we have done the foreign investment surveys. We have a number of them. We have done the county GCP, the gross county product for the counties. We have done a number of county SASCOL abstracts for a number of counties in collaboration with them. We have done, of course, we have maintained our usual reports that we have to release, the CPIs, the GDPs, the economic survey in full, the SASCOL abstract at the national level. And we have a myriad of activities. The mini demographic health survey is currently running in the field. We are now starting on the Kenya Census of Agriculture, a very elaborate one. Again, that is also something that has not been done in this country. We are doing it for the first time. That is also going to be very big. It has taken like 30 years before a labor force survey is done on its own. We have components of labor force survey as modules in different surveys over a period of time. But just having a labor force survey on its own, standing on its own, which then would be more elaborate, that has not been achieved for like 30 years. So we are doing one now, courtesy of the same strategic plan. So when I look at the level of achievement, we are satisfied that we are on course. Yeah.
Granted, I mean that you've managed to cover tremendous grounds despite many challenges. Finances, public trust, and so much. But what would you say are the biggest challenges that you are facing in the implementation of the strategic plan 2023-2027, and of course in the operations of KNBS?
Of course, funding still becomes an issue in the sense that there is the delay at times. You expect to do an activity at this time, but there's a bit of delay before those funds come. But when they come, we try our level best to fast track the processes, and that's when then we also bring on board. Remember, in our act again, it provides for the formation of the technical working committees. So every sectoral statistics that we are collecting, we have committees and a committee. And these committees will meet very regularly. Now, members of those committees are drawn from all the stakeholders. So we are able now to bring on board these technical members to these activities so that we are able to do a number of them at the same time. So when we get resources, we don't focus on only one activity, but we would spread them. We would have an activity one running, second one running, third one running, like I've mentioned, keeps going on. census of, I mean, the census of the Kenya census of agriculture is starting. Labor force is starting. The DHS is running. We have a number of them running in the field at the moment. Some of them are now, we're now dealing with the report. So this is only possible when you fast track by bringing on board some other members of the committees to come and support this. But funding is a key issue. The other one is also about the capacity, the technical capacity. Technical capacity in the sense that we are trying to build the capacity of the national system players to support us, and of course it takes time to fully integrate them. That's an issue. But from our side, we have benefited from those collaborations that I've mentioned to build our capacity for our officers, which then we are super. Most of in the region, institutions benchmark with us. So it tells you where we have reached as a country. So I think, of course, the resources is that major case.
Human capacity?
The human capacity is also another issue, but when you look at it carefully, it goes back to the element of financial resources, because you see, we need to have a capacity of 701, and we would operate at 530 something. Yeah, we don't get to the capacity because of lack of enough resources to do that.
So you have a shortage of more than 200
yeah, sure.
people.
Yeah.
So how are you managed to fill the gap?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned, that we would be able now to draw from the members of the technical working committees from different. When you talk of vital statistics, we would go to the civil registration services to give us members of the technical working committee to work with. When you go to Ministry of Education, we are able to get support from there. When we are looking,
so you're engaged in outsourcing.
So we engage, yes, a number of
within government agencies.
Yeah, within the government agencies.
Very well. You're living in a time when statistical agencies are also facing challenges of security of statistics, ethical statistics, and of course public trust. As a state-owned agency, are you dealing with these challenges as well?
Of course, when technology improves, it is also coming up with challenges. It gives you what you are able to consume, but it also comes up with the other challenges that maybe were not even there before. And so it's a question of how do we manage our work in terms of SASCOL production. So first of all, when we're dealing with the data collection, during training, we ensure that as we do the training, we stress on the element of confidentiality of the information. So that those who are collecting the data, and in fact at the end of the day, before the breakup for the data collection in the field after training, they shall have taken oath of secrecy to make sure that whatever information that they get in the process of doing the work is not disclosed to anybody. And so they collect the data. This data is transmitted directly to our servers without, now because we are not using paper anymore, we are using copy. So we just use our phones to, not our phones, but we have those gadgets that we're using, the tablets that we're using to collect data, and they're programmed in a way that once you're done with the interview, it goes to the server. We have a secure network that would then drive our data to the server. We have, of course, our firewalls that to give the protection. We have levels of access, so not everybody would be able to just get access to anything.
Have you been a victim of data breach or infiltration by hackers?
No.
Has it happened?
No. We have not.
How have you managed to stay ahead of the pack?
It is when you look, it is very sensitive, the kind of information that we have, because we have the information of everybody in this country. When you talk of
everybody,
everybody in this country. We have the information. You see, for example, when we are dealing with you in a census, we have a line for you, which runs, in your household, you are 5 of you, and we take your line, we take it to the end. a lot of questions, you know. We have you have your name, we have your age, we have your education status, we have how if it was a lady, then the element of the reproduction also comes in, the number of children, blah blah, living here, dead, living elsewhere, all that kind of thing. So we have an array of information about you, including the GPS coordinate for every household. Now, if that information gets out to wrong hands, then it is messy. And so we have to ensure that our systems are well taken care of to protect the information that is generated generated by us. So it is a question of how we have set up our system, the level of access, the kind of sensitization that we are doing to our staff and everybody that touches on any kind of information. And so then how it is backed up, you know, there's the element of collection, transmission, storage, compilation, dissemination. Every stage, we ensure that there is enough security to, and that's why we have been safe. We've never heard of Bureau having any kind of problem with infiltration of people into the system to hack the data or something like that. Yeah.
You see, also as a government statistical agency, your mandate is also to advise government on various statistical needs. You know, we know every administration, you know, comes into power with its own socioeconomic agenda. The previous one was the Big Four. The Big Four, yes. The Big Four agenda under the previous regime. Now we are talking about the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. So who aligns with the other? Is it the new administration that aligns with the statistical needs as guided by KNBS, or it is KNBS that aligns with the statistical needs of the new administration?
Now we have to align ourselves, because even when it comes to budgeting, then it has to be provided in a way that it supports the activities that are related to what the administration requires. Now we are talking about the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Yeah. And incidentally, when you look at them, they are actually basically drawn from the Vision 2030. Actually, our blueprint is Vision 2030. Yeah. And so this is what we are implementing in a 5-year period through the medium-term plans. So we are in the 4th one. And when you look at what is contained in the 4th one, and what the beta talks about, it is not coming from elsewhere, but it's just giving emphasis on certain areas that would drive our economy to the next level. So it is drawn from within the blueprint. When we are starting our work, even when we are coming up with our strategic plan and all that, before looking at what the administration of the day has, we start from the Vision 2030, because what we are producing should be able to support the development agenda. And so we cannot do something that is that is irrelevant to our needs. So we are well aligned to our blueprint, and coincidentally, even for the beta agenda, look at every bit of what it contains. They are all covered in the Vision 2030.
And talking about Vision 2030, you know, even as we come to the end of this conversation, what most Kenyans do not realize is that you're one of the very few statistical agencies in Africa to develop a socio-economic blueprint and follow through it and ensure that there is strict conformity to that document. How have you managed to do that? And as we transition from Vision 2030, how do you plan to move on?
Yeah, first of all, when we start our work, if we get to a particular year, we have to check on what is it that we need to deliver. And for what we are to deliver, when is it meant to be delivered? And so then we come up with the advanced release calendar. Advanced release calendar should be able to tell Kenyans and the whole world when a report, a successful report is expected to be available. And so then we upload that one on our website first before we do anything. So the next one is about execution. And our execution follows that calendar to ensure that everything is done within what we had promised to do. Should there be, which is very rare, should there be any change of date, then we communicate that one in advance, that we are sorry, this is not going to be ready because of ABCD. We expect now to be ready at that time. But that's really rare to happen. And so we have been able to keep ourselves in this game just through the professional way of working. Because then, if we have the resources, we have the plan, and we know what is dear to the country, and we are able, and we have the capacity to produce it. It has to be there at the right time. And the other key thing is we don't work alone. We can collaborate with our stakeholders, because we have to produce what is relevant to the stakeholder. And so we work together right from the planning stages to the dissemination point. And so it is not, it is something that is done in collaboration with the other players, and of course guided by those international standards.
Very good.
And of course then we are also leveraging technology that is now at another level to make our work easier.
Good. Finally, as we come to the end of this conversation, what message do you have for Kenyans? I mean, who have been having challenges, trusting the statistics and the data collected and released by the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics?
The statistics that we are releasing as a country, as a body, has no political interference. That is one great thing that Kenyans should need to understand. The statistics that we are producing is following the internationally recommended standards. And so, again, and that's why different bodies that are in control of some of these activities, when you talk of the macro statistics, macroeconomic statistics, we have the IMF. Every now and again, they will want to check what we are doing. They offer a lot of training also. When you talk of when you talk of the population, we have the standards that we are also conforming to. And so this is one thing that we do very well. So Kenya should not have any doubt about our statistics. But if you allow me, the last thing to say here is that Kenya is going to host the third Data for Development Festival. We call it Data Fest, from 2nd to 5th of June this year. It will be showcasing the importance of data and how data is used and what data can achieve, the impact of data. And so it will be a great moment that we come together as a country to celebrate together.
Very good.
Thank you.
MacDonald George Obutho, thank you very much for your time.
Great.
And of course, we've been talking to Kenya National Bureau of Statistics Director General Dr. MacDonald George Obutho, joining us to help us understand the role of the agency in Kenya's socio-economic development. You have heard him right here on Inside Government. Thank you very much indeed for your time. My name is O'Brien Kimani. Have a good one.